Welcome to the Salt Circle podcast. My name is Hank. With me is Ben. He's going to show you.
That's true. I'm going to you know what I'm going to show people?
What?
I'm going to show people that I fucking love Dragon Ball, dude. It's fucking good. It's good shit. It's so fucking... You read Dragon Ball and you're like, I'm happy. I'm having fun. This is incredible.
It's the this can fix me meme, except it's true.
We're talking Dragon Ball Manga today.
Mm-hmm.
Going through volume 16. That's the last original. Well, Kid Goku, I should say. I think it was 16. It was volume 16 for my collection. I don't know that that's consistent.
Volume 5 of the Viz Bigs.
Okay.
Which I think are... Yeah, it's volume 16. Well, it's not just the end of Kid Goku, because it does also include the last tournament, where he's like 18 or whatever.
He's a kid.
Pre-married Goku, pre-father
Goku. I was gonna say childless Goku. Instead of child Goku, it's childless Goku. Yeah. You ever sit down on a plane and just read Dragon Ball for like 6.5 fucking hours straight? Because I have. Actually, it was longer than that because I had a layover.
Nice. I never did that.
It's not that bad because you're reading Dragon Ball.
Hell yeah.
I didn't fucking care at all. I was just like, I would read a volume and I'd look up and like 20 minutes or 30 minutes had passed or whatever. And then like the flight was over. It's not bad at all. It's crazy, dude. I didn't expect to have I have watched Dragon Ball. I have very much enjoyed Dragon Ball. I didn't expect to get like that much extra out of the manga, because like I'm retracing old ground, right? But
yeah,
fuck, it's just good.
It's so good. And like, you know, most of those panels like got drawn into the anime.
Yeah.
It's just when you cut out all of the stuff in between that like makes Dragon Ball like drag a little bit, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? This just flies. What is happening?
Dude, you
just start vibrating
crazy.
When you read it.
It's actually wild. It's
Goku climbs Korin's tower in a panel. What is happening?
Dude, the amount of times that it's like this thing that was like 2 or 3 episodes is now just a shot. One shot. And it is also very funny. Like the biggest thing is, I mean, but the great example is Daima is coming out now, right? And I was like,
oh yeah.
And I asked you, I'm like, didn't he go to the fucking demon realm already? Like, I don't know why. Like, what are we just ignoring this? And you were like, that's filler. I'm like, oh. Yeah. So going through this and seeing like all this shit, some of it very good, some of it shit that I really, really liked, but it's filler. We're just skipping it. But I think that's
Goku and Chi-Chi's adventure. I love that they did that.
That one does not exist. That one was sad. The thing that I thought was I think the biggest surprise, it's filler moment was the what the hell is it? Wondrous water of the heavens or whatever, the super god water. Where it's like the whole little quest in the anime, and it's like pretty sick, and we get that great moment where he's like, "Fuck you guys, I'm out. Like if this is who you people are, I don't give a shit." That whole thing is great. I love that little quest in the manga. Here, I have a teapot right here. It's ready to go. Guzzle it. It's just there. I was losing my fucking mind. It's so funny. There's so many like. I really liked the training with Mr. Popo, right? Like learning how to kind of control his ki and sense it and all that shit, like quietness and whatever. Nah, bitch. He trained. Anyway, there's a tournament. Like, we're just fucking, we gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta move. There's fights to draw. It's crazy. It's just fucking insane.
Dude, the fact that book volume 5 of the Vizbigs is one book that has in it from Master Roshi fighting Demon King Piccolo and dying to the end of Piccolo versus Goku at the tournament.
It's insane.
The end of Dragon Ball. It is the largest of the Vizbig volumes because it's 4
Sure.
volumes of manga instead of 3, but that's such. I love this book. This book is like the best comics have ever been. God damn.
No, it's just fucking crazy. And all of it, like, I don't know about you. I engage a lot of hyperbole on this podcast. Don't know if you've noticed over the years.
Yeah, sure.
I busted out a lot. Big fan. The biggest fan. Nobody's a bigger fan of hyperbole than me. And and there's been like a few times I was trying to think for like good, accurate context. What are things that I've called perfect? And out of those, how many am I still like serious about? I remember saying that Pluto was like a perfect thing, the manga in particular at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, and I don't, it's such a hard thing to nail down because like reflecting on it, I still do think that Pluto is like a perfect thing. So what the fuck is Dragon Ball that it's perfecter? Like, I was thinking about it because I have gotten into the Dragon Ball Z manga, and like it's still great, but through the original Dragon Ball stuff, Childless Goku, I literally, without exaggeration, think it is like a perfect thing. Like it's actually like every single fucking moment of it was amazing. It's like one of the best times I've ever had reading manga. Just every single panel, I was like, this makes me happy. This literally is delightful. And it's like,
yeah, it's just actually the best.
It's crazy. And it's like, I was
because like you go from watching the anime and you're like, oh, this is one of my favorite things ever. I love this.
Yeah.
And then you look at the manga and you're like, wait. It's fucking perfect.
Yeah,
like,
and it's
like the drawings are so.
They're incredible. They're incredible.
Oh, they're so good.
You know what's extra funny too? So I just got done reading a different 80s manga that wasn't like, I mean, it was beloved, but it's just not.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I'm the fucking juxtaposition of these two is insane. Like, it turns out some people just do it fucking better, and it's crazy. Like, just from an art perspective, I'm like, I like the shit that was going on in this other manga, but like, it's you fucking look. It's you could throw a rock and hit something else that's bringing me the same amount of satisfaction art wise. And then you go to Dragon Ball, or even like I said, like to you, Rumiko Takahashi stuff. It's just crazy. Oh my god! And it's just like it wasn't even anything super like in the anime. There's like such good moments, right? And
totally,
you know, like when I'm trying to think what exact. Oh, it's when original Demon King Piccolo is like causing a fuss, killing the king of the world or whatever, or about to, and Goku shows up when we get that great shot of him looking serious, right? I think that particular shot hits better for me in the anime. It was more impactful for me there, but
sure,
the fucking random ass panels in the manga are just as good as that shot in the manga. Like, that high in the anime is crazy, but the fact that it's just like, here's a random fucking thing of Bulma making a face, and it's just as good as this other, like, it's the consistency is crazy.
Oh, every face Bulma makes in the manga is so fucking good.
Incredible, man. She's like doing so much work. It's so good.
Oh,
It's fucking wild. And like I don't know, man. It's just all so fucking good. Plus, as a little bonus, I always like going back. I don't know, just spending time with lunch. Great stuff,
hell yeah.
man. It's the Red Ribbon Army shit.
The fact that this translation just translates Kami as God makes all
Hell
that shit
yeah.
so much funnier.
So I should, I guess, in case anybody is curious, the version I did, I mean, I showed you the like points to pick it out. I did the black and white version. It starts with like, "Hey bro, what's up?" And it has the original. I haven't gotten there yet, of course, but it has the original like ending with the farewell message and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what the Vizbigs have.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah.
But I think yours is from the 3-in-1s, maybe. I'm not sure. It might be from I
individual volumes. I can't fucking tell you.
The Viz, but
I also don't really have like a specific reason for doing it in black and white. Past, I just had the fancy in my head of like, I want to do this in black and white. I just want to see it.
The thing that I love about the Vizbigs is just the like blacks are a little blacker.
Gotcha.
And it fucking hits so hard. Also, like the paper is like very white.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
it's like just nice.
Not an issue for me. I'm
Yeah.
reading it on my fucking phone.
Yeah, it's just like paper quality and stuff is better. Mostly is the main thing.
Gotcha.
Compared to the regular volumes, and they're a little bigger. Hence the Viz Big.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Yeah. It's, I don't know, man. I felt it. I think I felt it a little. I had this feeling kind of throughout all of Dragon Ball, and then getting a bit into the Z stuff. It's not like, I mean, it's some overlap, I guess, in content for whenever we do that episode, but like, just in the original one, I understand now. Like, you watch the anime and you watch, especially like even just watching Dragon Ball Z Kai, I'm like, this is really good, and I can like see how it like not forged a complete separate path, but like I can see how it changed the landscape, right? Like I understand why people are looking to this constantly for the formula. But after reading the manga, I'm like, oh, this is why everybody is fucking doing it. Like, this is, it just made, it's so funny because it hit, especially in Z, right? Like, that fucking pacing is like,
Yeah.
what if we just kept bopping? Like, I was expecting, based on the anime feeling, I was expecting more of a shift, and there wasn't even like a crazy shift. It really does feel like a continuation of Dragon Ball instead of like this different thing.
Well, there's no Z isn't an idea that's invented till that anime.
Yeah, I've
like it's just Dragon Ball. It's coming out every week.
Yeah, I've been saying it just to, for clarity's sake, but
no.
Like it feels that way for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even though like Goku versus Vegeta is like beat for beat copies points of Goku versus Piccolo. like they have the beam struggle, Piccolo gets big and Vegeta turns ape. Like it's fucking there.
Yeah, man.
And then he adds on stuff for the Vegeta fight, but like it's kind of a redo of the stuff, and it's just because it's fucking good. Like do it again. It's fucking great. This time when their two beams hit each other, Goku is losing and then has to do the Kaioken. That's fucking great.
Yeah, man.
Like
Well, and you also just before we started this, I was like, yeah, I could go. I'm like just finishing up the Frieza arc, except the fucking volume also just has the start of the androids arc. So I'm sitting here like, well, it'd be a fucking shame to leave this unfinished. I'm already partway through it. Hank can fucking wait. He gets it.
No, the way he like feeds one thing into the
It
next.
just keeps going.
Yeah, like I feel like that's one of the points for like the Boo arc being a separate thing is like that is kind of one of the hardest cutoffs. That time skip.
Yeah, I could.
In
I
terms
could
of
see
like
that.
where you break up the story. Because Dragon Ball, like original Dragon Ball, everything feeds into the next thing.
Oh yeah, man.
Like basically until Cell, even with the time skips, like the time skips happen, but you've already set up what they're coming back to.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I guess except the end of regular Dragon Ball is like the first one, and then the Buu Saga is like the second one. I think those are the two.
Yeah.
Like Goku's heading off, he's rejected becoming God, and he's gonna go get married.
Yeah, dude. Well, that was like a very surprising thing in
Just think about it. Like that is the Goku has rejected becoming God. Now we're gonna keep telling the story.
dude, it's crazy. No, all the times where, like after fortune teller Baba, where Roshi is like, "Oh, you gotta like run off. No use of the fucking cloud. Like you gotta walk, and run and swim. Like this is part of your training." And like Goku goes off. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Now we like do stuff." And it's like, nope. He did shit.
No.
He did shit, and you just have to trust me. And now we're at the tournament. It's been a year or 3 years or whatever the hell. Like,
Yep.
and it just fucking goes and goes and goes and goes, and it's great. I can't get over it, man. Like, it's just such a fucking good thing. I was tempted. I got I got an offer on Amazon, like, oh, if you apply for this Amazon credit card and get accepted, you get like a $60 gift card. I was like, yeah, okay, and I did it, and I was really tempted to get the Dragon Ball manga, like for $60 off. My heart wanted it so bad, but I'm like, I can't. I don't. It would just be sitting at my parents' house. That's not right. I can't. But I wanted it so bad. Because especially like right after reading it, if it had hit, if I was like in the manga where I was roughly like on the plane, like if I was still like at the fucking Piccolo tournament arc, it might have happened, man. It might have, like I was fucking like bouncing on the plane. I was like, I was the turbulence. Oh.
Yeah, no. Back to the thing of like the way the anime is like so much more popular. It's because like that's the version people got exposed to.
Oh,
right?
totally.
Outside of Japan.
Yeah.
Like in Japan, I'm pretty sure the manga is the thing.
That makes sense.
Like because it usually is with when there's a manga. Like in Japan, they care way much more about the manga stuff, whereas like Western world, because a lot of that stuff wasn't accessible to us, it's only more recently that the manga fans there's like a Western serious the manga was better fan base kind of thing in like numbers that matter or whatever. Because like think about it, like for me, I saw Dragon Ball Z like as a little kid. I'd like been a part of my life. I fucking love original Dragon Ball. I love the Buu Saga. I love the start of Z. I like completely like the thing that almost killed my interest in the series was the Frieza saga. And the fact that they like restarted the show like a million times
dude.
in my
Insanity.
life.
Insanity.
So like that's like all my thoughts about Dragon Ball are colored by that, of it being like it's so good, but it's fucking interminable. And then I'm in the fucking bookstore, Borders specifically, when they were going out of business, and I'm like just looking at their like me and my friends like just went to every Borders we could to look for sales on stuff. And I see a volume of Dragon Ball, and I pick it up, and like my mind is fucking blown. I'm like, why is this so good?
Oh my god. Yeah, man. Like,
how is it? What it was? The original thing was just fucking perfect. All that fucking all that pacing issues that just didn't exist. It's all anime invented. What?
I find it so fucking funny that the trajectory of my life could have been like I was 1 month off for being a totally different person had I gotten the Shonen Jump, the Super Saiyan bit.
I'm telling you, dude.
Like, what person would I be if that's like I had randomly read that and gotten that instead of like the Shaman King bit and the Naruto bit and whatever. Like, crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane. And I
but
okay. No, go on.
I just wanted to, so I was talking to you about this poll that Shonen Jump did for the manga readers for like the best fights in Dragon Ball.
They had the fish.
And number 15 is Goku breaking the fucking tree stump in the first.
Well, because he's calling it like a monster or whatever. He's like fighting that shit.
Yeah, and then like him like kamehaming the car when he's kamehameha for the first time is like number 23.
Yeah, man.
Like, cause in the manga that's like basically equal weight as like a normal fight. Just like this one panel that's fucking unreal.
Yeah. It's very funny, like, because I've said so many different times watching Z and Super, I don't think it came up that much in regular Dragon Ball, but sometimes I'm like, why can't I just see Goku fucking rinsing people? Why is he always learning his abilities in the middle of the fucking battle? And then I'm pretty sure I've said at different times, why is Goku just rinsing? I want to see like a fight, and I want to see him like unlock the power within during the fight. I need both of those things. And I think like childless Goku just has a lot of both of those, or it has enough of both of them. Like, true. We're getting that that balance. And then just like I don't know, man, the fight, like all the fights, the little shit that's happened, like him like everything feels fucking cool as hell. Like him doing the Kamehameha against the car, I'm like, man, this is so fucking sick. But even just before that, we saw Roshi getting like going from old man to buff. And I'm like, I've seen this before, and I'm trying to like put myself in the mindset of like back in the day, if I was reading this like as it came out, I would be losing my shit right now. Seeing Roshi go from like old man and now he's fucking shredded and he just blew away a mountain. That's crazy. This is like the hypest shit. And it's not even the best part. Like, it's like, I was just like,
God, that full page of him just being fucking
just ripped, dude. It's so good. Oh my God.
And there's been nothing like that in the series yet. So far.
Dude, it's totally like it's a game like it's such a fucking like I don't even know. It's like pulling a fucking rocket launcher out at a knife fight. It's crazy. Like, oh, you thought it was this?
Yeah.
No. This is about martial arts.
Yeah. Well, because the other thing about reading the manga is like all the funniest parts if Dragon Ball are here too.
Dude, 100%.
Like all the best jokes, they were here.
Yeah, man.
Like it's not like oh that joke I loved from the anime is missing. Like no, the good ones are all fucking here. Toriyama is very funny.
Dude. And it is like it's so fucking funny too. Like it's crazy. Just all the best stuff. It's just condensed into like it's fucking rich.
Mm-hmm.
God, fucking.
I'm just looking at Goku and Krillin and their
Hell
little
yeah.
suits.
We get the suits. We get like Krillin doesn't have a nose. Then later he gets a nosebleed. Like it's all just fucking like it's great. Fucking. It makes like, and these are like, there's so much shit that I love, like the Red Ribbon Army and Roshi and Bulma and everybody else, like, we gotta go help Goku, we gotta go save him, we have to fucking help him out, he's gonna get annihilated, and they fucking get there, and they're like, the whole army, the whole thing. It's like,
oh, I'm so glad that like they didn't put any filler there in the anime.
yeah, man, that would have been brutal.
Because that joke is too fucking
It's
good.
so good.
Like, oh, we gotta rush to help Goku. Wait, he beat all of them?
It's insane. And it hits so good. And then the fact, I mean, like, it was magical. Like, I'm pretty sure it was that point where I'm like, it'd be fucking funny if, like, he just wanted the Dragon Balls to get taller. And that's literally what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's how I fucking know. Like, the fact that I'm thinking, like, this is the funniest outcome to me. And it turns out Toriyama is like, yeah, it is the funniest outcome, right? Like, he fucking gets it. He understands.
Like this guy reveals he just wants to be taller, and his second in command is like, that's fucking dumb.
Just
and
shoots him
fucking
in the
shoots
head.
him. Oh, it's so good.
It's just an incredible thing.
Oh my god. Look, Mercenary Tao's little drawing of his outfit. He takes
Yeah,
the
yeah,
tailor.
it's like all fucking specified and shit. I just love all of it, man.
Goku's so good.
Really, he just is. Like, it's just like, damn, I want more fucking Goku, man. And just like, I don't know. It's like it's fucking overwhelming. It's just it's just like it's fucking. You gotta go read fucking Dragon Ball. If you haven't read Dragon Ball, you gotta read it.
Yeah.
It's
like, yeah. Sometimes when you just have a comic book in your hand, it just hits better.
Well,
I don't know. Not always the case, but sometimes.
I've had so many instances in like the last year and a half ish of reading a manga or checking it out. And I'm like, that was sick. I want to check out the anime. And like the best case scenario has been like, this is even with the manga, which is great. I mean, like no problems there, but I don't feel the urge to watch the anime if it's like Delicious in Dungeon, right? Like, I don't need to watch all of this. It looks pretty perfect. But I've already seen this, except for like some of the fights or whatever. And then there's stuff where like the anime is garbage. And it's just fucking insane to me that like the manga was still that much better than a thing that was already incredible. Like, and I expected it to be like, oh, this is just a great adaptation. And like the manga, like we're just pulling from the manga and it's great. I know you had mentioned there was like the lack of pacing issues. I think in my head I was pulling that more from like the Z side where I'm like, oh, okay, so like there was just more pacing. I didn't know that it was like also we're shoring up the the childless Goku stuff. and it blew me away. Like just the
Yeah, it's because every like frame of the anime that's like embedded into your mind was in the
it's
manga
true.
from
It's
those
true.
fights. Like, I think the big one that's I would say is better in the anime is Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time.
I agree. Though we're burning content for that episode, I agree. Because I just hit it.
But yeah. But that's the first time where I'm like, oh, okay. Like, if this were just what's in the manga, this wouldn't be the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah. Because they do it. He fucking does it again, right? He's like, this could be a panel. This can just be one like panel. Which is very funny.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I had the anime context for it, because then I could just imagine, I could fill in the rest. But it's so funny that that's a thing. I did.
It's also funny to think that like the version that happened in the Lord Slug movie like happened before that manga chapter.
I did notice one other thing early on. It's not as drastic, but I think if I remembered correctly, in the Vegeta arc at the very start of Z, when he's doing the Kaioken blast, he doesn't have the kick. It's like that same angle, but there's no little kick. I think he's just standing on 2 feet.
Sure. No,
The kick is
very
huge.
Important. That makes it better.
Also, just all the animation around that blast and like the debris and shit is just so good. Like it's just something else. I find it. I also part of the thing of going back, and even when I've like watched a little bit of original Dragon Ball or like bits of Z, or even now like Daima and anything else. Now that I have fucking Ultra Instinct in my head, and even like past that from the Super manga, it's so crazy how all of like the objectively little moments compared to Ultra Instinct and stuff, like these little power-ups and increases, they still fucking hit. You're still like just fucking hyped because this thing is like he's powering up, even though it's like kind of nothing, right? Like in the Piccolo fight, you know, anybody who's seen or who's listened to our episode where we covered that knows that like Goku fucking taking off the weighted clothing is like, I'm sorry, it's the hypest moment in the entire fucking thing. Like it just is. I don't know what to tell you, man. But like reading this, and I'm like getting the numbers again, and it's like, this is 200.
Got to stop for everyone to
dude.
pick it up and carry it out.
And
of
like,
this
is 200. You were wearing 200 pounds, and like obviously like that is literally equal to 0 in our current super timeline. Like it's equal to 0, but it's still just fucking it's good. And I mean that continues throughout the series. I think for the most part, there's maybe some things where it's like, oh, this isn't quite as hype. Like Super Saiyan 2 wasn't like as crazy, I think.
Well, I just want to represent there are many anime fans where Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 is their favorite moment in Dragon Ball.
Sure. I guess I was thinking of like Goku, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Goku going 2 is like you can barely tell.
No, Gohan, sure. I'll agree to that. That can be up there.
Yeah. Like I just want to recognize, like, for a lot of people that's the best part of Dragon Ball Z for them. It's not for me, but I know a lot of people feel that way, and that part's really good. The thing about that part is, just to go off on a tangent, it's not actually what we should be talking about now. That moment, I didn't get it until I saw it in Japanese, because the song that plays in Japanese, I think, is what makes that moment work the most, which we don't get in Kai even. But I showed it to you. But like, then I was like, oh, okay, now I get it.
Yeah, man.
And like Dragon Ball Z Abridged did like an English version of that song.
Hell
And
yeah.
it works. So
I mean, that's like
we need to do
that's
that.
like
at some point.
like I feel bad for anyone who saw the Ultra Instinct stuff without the right song behind it, cuz holy fuck.
Oh my god,
what a disparity.
Yeah. No, the English version of that song just doesn't.
It's not someone fucking giving it their all. and you can tell.
It doesn't hit the same. Yeah. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say is like the Super manga is I like it. It does not hit the way this does.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, even from
like Toyotaro, he's not Toriyama.
Yeah,
He's not Toriyama. He's like he's a great Dragon Ball fan comic artist. And I really want the manga to come back. I think he'll do good stuff going forward, but he's not Toriyama at Toriyama's peak.
It's very funny because I think coming off of Z Kai, you know, I had to take a bit of a break, and then we got to Super, and I was like, why didn't you tell me it was this? I could have just gone. I didn't need a break. I just needed the juice back. Reading the manga now, I'm like, without being gatekeepy or snobbish about it, like for me personally, I think there are two different canons. Like it's Toriyama and it's all the other shit. Cause like it's just crazy. It's just crazy good. Or
yeah, and the thing is, the way I think about it for the modern material that Toriyama worked on is the canon is like whatever notes and like rough drafts he did that these different sources all worked from, that we don't get to like see the like original version. Like there's a pure canon version that's just sits in between all the things that we exist, and we're just watching the shadows on the wall around what Toriyama did. And what Toriyama did was make a joke about Goku not knowing what a kiss is. Because that's in the anime and the manga. So that's where you can tell. You gotta look at both to like triangulate.
Yeah, man.
Okay, what are the jokes that are in both of these? That's what Toriyama cared about.
Dude, it's like it's true. Or I the thing that I noticed, I mean, it's like it's another dip into Z, but it probably would have come up in like the first 16 volumes, but my memory of the Dragon Ball anime is like slightly fuzzier, right? For like the hype shots and like the arcs, and like even now I understand like what the filler is. That's all locked in, but like specific like frames of like not like I remember Goku looking like a little demon when he's about to send those dudes to the Shadow Realm in the jar, right? But if I didn't like screenshot it and laugh about it extensively with you, like it's fuzzy. But a thing that I noticed in Z, one of my favorite shots in Super is like Frieza doing the like Broly's father, like he's doing the bit. Your father, Broly! Like his fucking face is just like incredible. It's such a good shot. There's a shot, there's like a panel in the manga in the Frieza arc, and it's like the same sort of shit. And I'm like, this is crazy that this existed so much earlier. And I don't remember it from the anime. I don't know if it was like slightly not as good or whatever, but the fact that that's just like one of my favorite shots just existed that much earlier, like of Frieza's face. And I'm sure that would,
hell yeah,
if I remembered more shots from the original anime that are just kind of random one-offs like that, I'm sure that would be the case.
Yeah.
Just like seeing the stuff that I love in like its pure form or whatever. because it's fucking great. Or just it's a thing in it's definitely a thing in the anime. Even I remember when Goku gets his shit rocked and Yajirobe is taking him up the tower, and like how they draw out Goku's eyes like all fucked up, like it's just looking like hell, and just how that's presented in the manga too. Like I don't know that it's necessarily better, but just seeing that, like, you know, it was there, and just how it's just so fucking good. It's so great how Toriyama balances, like, he's not like fully fucking gone, but like he's having a bad day. Like his eyes are like half open or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so solid. And all the fucking, like, I'm, because I have the time when you're watching the anime, like you're watching whatever is being presented to you, for better or worse. But when you're reading, then you can hover. You just sit. And I was just, one of the things I was paying more attention to was like the vehicles. And it's just so good. It's like the perfect, I don't know, man. They're like technical and they're cool, but they're like whimsical. It's so good.
No, that's like the weird part, is like Toriyama's best skill actually might be drawing mechanical shit, but like it's too much of a pain in the ass, so he doesn't do it that often. It's like literally what he talks about. Like his big, I think his like big manga that he did that had like a vehicle in it was Sandland, because it was all about that tank. There's like this tank in it, and he's just said, yeah, I thought it would be fun to draw this tank, but it just became a fucking nightmare. Like, because drawing a manga and like doing one technical drawing are like so different. Like there's so many great just like standalone drawings of like Goku on like a motorcycle or whatever.
It was really interesting seeing. I always wondered at the end of Dragon Ball, like where that fucking shot of Bulma comes from, where she's in like those kind of mechanic pants, and, like the one leg is torn off, like the short leg and the long pants. I'm like, where the fuck did that come? It's just like one of the drawings of like a volume or like a chapter opener or something, and it's just like, this looks sick. Completely irrelevant to anything, and it does. True. They all look sick. Or the big thing I focused on, because child me would have been like fucking hyped as shit on all of this. And I still got those feelings in me. Lunch's, whatever the hell you call it, or mono wheel Segway scooter thing. It's perfect. It's perfect. One wheeled transportation device. I'm so in. I'm going. Kid me is off to build this in Legos and get it to balance, and I'm gonna sit there for like 6 hours until I get it to work, and then I'm gonna push it around a little bit. I'm gonna be like, drive it. It's fucking perfect. And like, even just the what's the right adjective? Like squashed, like a squashed motorcycle design, you know? Like they're little, like they're kind of like pushed together.
Sure.
I made like Lego stuff like that all the time. Like just little, like the wheels are a little closer than they would be in reality and all that stuff. It's just, it's like, it just fucking vibes with me. It's great. Or, you know, like the God. The transportation device from Dragon Ball that everyone wants to make out of Legos. A broken pillar.
Hell yeah. God.
It's incredible, man.
Good.
People don't know. I didn't fucking know. I'm kind of glad that I watched the anime first, if I'm being honest. It provides some additional, like, maybe not, I guess additional context, but like, it has a certain je ne sais quoi about it, you know? Going from that to this. Mm-hmm. But it's I'm gonna fucking buy the manga someday. Like, I can't not do it now. Like, before I was like, it'd be cool to have. I don't feel the urge to own like the DVDs or the Blu-rays or any of that stuff. But I was like, I would maybe get.
No, particularly because the picture quality, like the experience on all of those is actually compromised.
But like I could own the manga, but now that I've read the manga, I'm like, I gotta. It's not I could, it's I need. Like, this is a thing I gotta fucking look at.
No. As soon as I looked at the manga, I was like, oh, I need to own at least through the end of Dragon Ball.
Totally.
And then it wasn't till we started doing Z that I was like, I need to just get the rest of this.
It's just I find it so fucking funny. This is maybe the peak of, I don't know, my anime career or whatever, anime manga. You either fucking die thinking that Death Note's not an anime, or you live long enough to realize that Dragon Ball is perfection.
Actually the best.
And and I chat on it so much. Though, to be fair, I only knew about Z, and a large point of mine was just like cultural osmosis of knowing that, like, oh, this battle takes like 20 episodes or whatever.
Isn't it hilarious once you've read the manga to know that, like, that's the cultural understanding of what Dragon Ball is? Is like,
oh my god.
Because, like, even, watching it on TV as it's coming out in America, like, yeah, that's an enduring memory, is like this part of the thing that's just interminable.
Yeah,
and it's just fake. It's just like anime fake news. Because, like, it is like the worst part. It is like the worst part of the anime in original Z. Like, a big reason we did Kai is like it so much fixes that part, and it's still very long, but it's much better than it is. Like, there are episodes of Z, or there might only be like actually one, but there's like an episode of Z where literally nothing happens. It's just Goku and Frieza looking at each other, and like some bad animation fight, really bad animated fighting.
It's peak. It's
occasionally.
Peak.
It's like, like, this is the worst episode of Z. The one where, like, they just stare at each other.
Like, I wanna watch that shit someday, like side eye it along other stuff, but I just can't. I didn't feel that way in reading the first volumes at all, but getting into Z a little bit, I'm like,
yeah. But it is like the kind of thing that took a thing that was like, one of my favorite things to, oh, I don't need to continue with this.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's understandable.
Mm-hmm. And it was like the Buu saga, and then seeing original Dragon Ball that like fully was like, oh no, this thing is the best. I actually really the best. And that's like circumstance, because like that happened to be when my parents got cable, and like I just happened to miss most of the Cell saga. Like, I didn't see it till later. It's part of the way my fandom was built, is just complete happenstance.
And see, like,
I
wonder if, because the only thing I remembered from Z was like him running on the Serpent Road, like, constantly. I wonder so much, like, if I had clicked on it and it was like original Dragon Ball, what would have happened? Because like, I think that was based on how much I enjoyed Avatar: The Last Airbender. When that was eventually on, I feel like I would have also been like, "Oh, this seems sick. Like, this is okay."
Yeah, because like original Dragon Ball, it's like just different stuff happening all the time. That's like, the Snake Way thing is like the big like, oh, Dragon Ball, it's just the same thing every week, and eventually something made happen.
That reminds me. It was very funny. I was looking so forward. There was one part in the original Dragon Ball anime that I was like, this is like the roughest part. Do you remember which one it was? Do you remember what part?
Mm-hmm.
Where I was like, I need to get past. Yeah.
Oh, in original Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Ninja Murasaki.
I was so I'm like, what does this look like? And it's like, yeah, this is fine. Because you just read it, you're done. Instead of like however many episodes it was. It was like 3 episodes in the anime. Way too long. This is so much for nothing. For like, like I don't need that for 3 episodes. That's a solid episode. But that's like what it is in the fucking manga, because I'm reading at my pace. Like I can zip through that fight until he gets the pole up his ass, and then I can pause there and laugh, and then I can continue going.
Hell yeah.
That bit, I fucking totally forgot that happens, and I was like, this is perfect. This is like a perfect thing. Fucking Android 8 is like, you're a good guy, Goku. It's like, Goku fucking popsicled someone earlier. Pure-hearted.
Yeah. Pure-hearted.
Man. I do. Yeah, dude.
God, I love Eater.
I also... It's not really. I don't think it's any different from the anime, but it's just because everything's condensed, you're getting it closer together. It fucking tickles my fancy every time that someone is like, this motherfucker really does have a pure heart, huh? That's what? Because it's so many different people, and it's so funny every fucking time. Like, he gets the cloud, and Roshi's like, huh, that's wild. Fortune teller Baba's like, well, goddamn. It's just so good. Oh man, you know, I really miss the Goku Chi-Chi adventure at the end. But man, her like stuff in the tournament, I don't know. I love seeing Chi-Chi when she's a person.
It's so fucking good.
It really
makes me sad.
It really made me
She's never this
sad.
good again. Because she's so good here. It's like, what? Toriyama, why are you actually good at writing female characters and then you just fucking give up and lose interest in them?
I mean, like, except Bulma a little bit. But like, dude, you know what? Oh no, wait, never mind. I don't want to burn any more Z content. That's Z content.
Yeah. We'll do another.
Hell yeah.
We got another pod to do. Because that's the thing. Like, there's, like, you cannot. Dragon Ball will never escape the claims of sexism against it. But like, when the female characters are cooking, they're dude. Fucking good.
I mean, that's like. That's part of why the Great Saiyaman stuff was so good. Not that I haven't.
Totally. Videl is Videl.
Getting that. I mean, it's that, and it's great.
And that's one where I told you, like, where the thing of where it's like, oh, this is so much better in the manga. Where she just immediately figures it out.
I don't mind that stuff being dragged out because I fucking love that dynamic. It's like I'm taking the opportunity to
No. That's the thing. Like, if you're gonna give drag anything out, drag out that part. Like, fucking give me more episodes of Gohan and Videl, please. Man. Anything. Like, Kai even cuts it down a bit, and I'm like, but he could have just left it all in there. But like, what they cut out is like Gohan going on a date with some other girl. Like it's not like
Gotcha.
It's not like core stuff.
Yeah.
But it is like 10 episodes in the Z anime, I think.
Nice.
It might be like
Yeah,
6 or
that's
something.
That's
God, I
not
don't
too
remember.
bad. I still miss lunch. I think she was fucking cool.
I know.
Dude.
What the fuck? She's so fucking good, and then she's just gone. Like, at least he didn't like ruin her ever. She's perfect, but what? Where'd she go?
Yeah.
She was so fun. Kicking Kami into
Dude,
the hole.
That bit is so fucking good. that panel is incredible.
Just fucking kicking God. Boot. I don't know if you're God or not,
Yeah,
but
man.
get your butt in there.
No, I'm glad that like that's like part of why I like say that those first Childless Goku volumes are like perfect because it has everything, and as good as the bits of Z have been so far, it does start off with like lunch is gone, fucking retcons for saying stuff. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind it necessarily, but it is points against you. And you know what didn't have points against it? The previous 16 volumes.
It's fucking true.
You got a very, very good grade, but it's not a perfect grade. Just fucking wild.
I do look at the manga and like think of like about if they're going to just make a new anime one day that's like a lot, like much more to the pacing of the manga, the way like the Rumiko Takahashi the new animes are.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that potentially.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am. Like I don't fucking need it, but also like, you know, we're not getting in the world where we're not getting new Toriyama material anymore.
I think I wouldn't mind it, but it would depend on the art style. Cuz I'm fucking
they would have to fucking nail it. Like if they slipped up, I'm like, well, why did you do this?
Dude, yeah, if that started coming out like fucking notepad out, eyes glued to the screen, like I'm watching your ass.
I know. But I mostly only think about it because of how fucking good the Urusei Yatsura and Ranma anime, the new ones, are.
The thing that I jumped to for Dragon Ball just now was you get through it and it's like, okay, they've been nailing it. They absolutely have been crushing this. And then you get to lunch on the plane and she doesn't say she wants to hijack it. It's like, it's all over. It's fucking, we're cooked. Shut it down. Or they skip Roshi saying that his poop wouldn't cooperate or whatever. Like, it's over. Cancel it. Fucking turn it off.
I think the other thing that made me think about it was just was that part at the beginning of Daima where they like redrew a bunch of Z. They just reanimated a bunch of moments with the modern style.
No, it was very solid.
Or like that part of the superhero movie with like Kid Goku storming the Red Ribbon Fortress.
I feel like
that shit was good.
What if you monkey pawed this?
That's like peak CG animation of all time for me. Is fucking that Kid Goku.
See, I was just gonna
sequence.
say, what if you fucking monkey pod this, and now we get the remake, but it's all CG and it's not up to snuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, in that again, if they slip up even a little
Yeah.
bit, I fucking disown all of it. Yeah.
But you know, the original ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. The manga is.
They-
I have the books. Can't come from my cold, dead
Yeah, man.
hands.
Oh, I'll get him someday. Well, I mean, I have to get them someday. I need to.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm just thinking about the people who are like go through the Viz translation and are like, this is garbage because of like these, you know, list of small things
Yeah.
that I don't like.
I
Like utter trash. They put a bra on Bulma. Fucking.
yeah. I'm in a weird. I guess I'm like caught between two mindsets with that. Like I'm not out here asking to see like child Bulma's tits. That's not what's happening. On the other hand, there is like
Yeah.
I want to read the thing. Like my actual desire was like I want the thing that people were getting when it came out. So like when there's like little bits about Dragon Ball, like the adventure continues in Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that, especially more so than Bulma's tits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like I kind of just want the thing that existed in that format, but like it doesn't fucking matter, and like especially like I would never. I want to see the thing as it was. Simultaneously, I would never, ever, fucking ever be like, why did they put a bra on Bulma? Why would you voice that?
No, it's really the thing that does it is who is the if you're the like the person who's like this is just what you go on the internet to go on about. Like this is your rant.
Fucking
this is
insane,
your hill to die on. Like
I do have
when like the thing that like you know to that point the thing that I actually don't like is what they did in the it's in the Z but the thing we talked about the thing that they did at the end of Z
Yes.
with the newer editions where like Toriyama redrew part of the end and they took out his farewell message and replaced it with Vegeta going I'll fucking get him one day.
yeah.
Like that I hate that. Like the new Toriyama panels are fucking like fine, but it's not what he originally did, and that message he gave at the end was so fucking like important to the end of the series for me. And the stupid Vegeta panel feels out of like is like so out of character for where the manga leaves that character. It's so much more about where Super is gonna pick him up or whatever. Even though Super takes place before that.
Don't remind me. I don't like thinking about that weird like dynamic.
I still can't get over that fucking Daiba is before Super. Like
Jesus.
Grabbing more in here.
It's a Star Wars problem, man. They just can't do anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just funny because, like, apparently that project's like they started it without Toriyama, as just like an anniversary thing, and then Toriyama got like really into it.
Yeah,
Is kind of why
that
it
makes
became
sense.
the thing it is. Which is
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
We'll talk about that series when it's over or whatever. Dragon Ball,
It is. I
the
didn't.
best.
I didn't know that there was a form of Dragon Ball that is actual, like 100 out of 100. I thought like maybe 98, 99,
Yeah.
something like that, 97. You know, up there. I didn't understand that it was like actually just the best, which is very funny because like it's been so long since I've watched it. Now,
I
well,
don't.
not so long, but
Yeah. No, I still can't get over. Like, it's just like, oh, the way I would like imagine these characters in my brain. It's like
Yeah.
it's just here. There
You know,
it is. He
that
drew it.
actually, that's one thing I was
They're,
gonna
like,
mention.
perfect.
I do like that I watched the dub first because now I have the voices that I like. Like I really like all of the voices for the
Mhm.
characters, so I can like imagine
Yeah,
those in my
true.
head. Especially Kid Piccolo, super important.
Mm. Well.
I have a feeling that Daima fucked that one up. They had a chance.
Oh yeah. I'll
had a-
spoil that one.
I don't.
for
Yeah,
you.
I don't even need to. I don't think they did that voice, but they had a chance to do the funniest thing in the history of the world. That would have been like actually like that would have been incredible. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
At least they brought back Nadolny. Because she hadn't actually voiced Kid Goku in a while. They've been using the Kai Gohan voice actress. Who I think is a better Gohan than Nadolny was. But Nadolny was so good at Kid Goku. Like, Goku needs that, like, completely abrasive,
Yeah.
like, just powerful voice. Whereas, like, Gohan is, like, a more nuanced character. Where some more nuance in acting can be better. But Goku is
Yeah.
just fucking Goku.
Very upfront. There's nothing. There's not. I mean, as every third character in the manga says, like there ain't nothing fucking past this face. There's
There's nothing else going on here.
I forget.
It's why he's a beautiful little.
I forget
fist.
which person makes the comment, but someone's like, either his heart's pure or he's just like stupid. I don't know. It's one of them.
Little column A, little column B.
Incredible.
A thing I was just thinking about with Dragon Ball in general, of just a thing that's to my taste, is just I love fights where both characters are fucking exhausted at the end, and Goku versus Jackie Chun. I go back to that fight so many times when I'm like, if I'm going back to Dragon Ball, I'm going back to that, and then specifically the part where like they're just like completely exhausted at the end.
Yeah, man.
I just fucking love it.
I was actually
and like that's like what, and like that's Jackie Chun versus Goku. That's Goku versus King Piccolo. That's Goku versus Junior. That's Goku
God,
versus Vegeta.
Him against King Piccolo is so fucking good. Where he has like the one arm left. Like, dude.
You forgot.
Oh
I
my
still
God.
got one arm. I think that's like the greatest moment where he has one arm and he like fucking blasts
God.
through Piccolo's
It's so
torso.
fucking hype, dude. I mean, it's for me, it's that, and then it's fucking at the very end where he's like, he's out of bounds, right? Like, just fucking on the edge of death. Like, I
Yes.
won. Like like by the rules.
No, like when all his limbs are broken, and his friends are like, "We gotta help him," and he's like, "No, I
And
can
it's
win."
like specifically the fucking tournament rules win that he wants. Like, it's incredible.
Yes. The thing that makes that fight to me, it's like it's great, but it's so perfect because Goku is after the fucking tournament win.
Yeah.
More than he's about like saving the world. And the fact that like nobody else can fucking do anything about it. Like they're actually not strong enough to really jump in and like just make a difference.
Well,
and just end this. Like they really are relying on Goku to
is
fucking
it at
do
the
it.
is it at the Piccolo Junior fight? I mean, I think understandably the line blurs a little for stuff that people say during fights between that and like Z stuff. Is it during the Piccolo Junior fight where Krillin says something like he saved the world once? Like I guess he has the right or whatever. Like Krillin is like, yeah, you can. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's
like,
what that happens there. Yeah.
Fucking guess you could.
I do also feel like that fight is like there's something about like the way Goku is trained with God and he's like has this fucking aura around him of like the way he's acting there. That's like even when you like when I came at it from like the other way of like having seen Z and then seeing that, it was like so. It was weird.
Yeah.
Like, wow, Goku is so fucking cool.
Yeah, man.
He's just
It has like Ultra Instinct vibes, right? Like he's just like that complete, like fucking calm. But also like it's just the.
But it's even better than that just because like he's just hanging out and you're like, oh, Goku's just fucking. He's so far above all our other heroes.
And see, that's
like
I think that's a thing that we just don't.
He's just like
see. It's harder to see because at this point he's so fucking far beyond. Like what? Okay, so Krillin is saying that he's like at a new level. Like okay, like this technically, but like how much can an ant realize compared to a god? Like this is whatever, but at that point, and that's kind of one of the things I like about original Dragon Ball more is that you're still like, I'm not saying it's fucking grounded, like we're dealing with reality or realistic shit, but it's more grounded. You have more of a frame of reference because we're not at like truly stupid levels of stuff. Also, my battery saver mode just came on, so let me turn on. I guess I forgot to turn on the power that goes to this outlet. Just a sec. My headphones can't reach.
I'm just gonna laugh while this happens.
I'm here. I didn't miss anything. Except whatever you just said.
Hell yeah. I just said I was just gonna laugh while this happens. So a part that I think that's very funny to me, that because I just rewatched the junior fight in the anime. And like and part of the beginning of that tournament, there's like a part where right after Goku showed up and they're like walking towards the tournament, where Bulma in the manga, she's like like thinking about how hot Goku is, basically. And in the dub, they changed that line to her talking about Yamcha.
I think I do. Is it in the original Japanese? Is it still like about Goku? Okay, because I remember.
Yeah. In the anime, it's,
because one of the I remember
Japanese,
the
it's
thing
just
that I
a
did
dub
while watching
change.
that is I had the regular subtitles on, because like it was very funny seeing like all the fucking comments about God that are just wiped.
Oh, they're just leaving it in Japanese.
But like you see what the Japanese version was saying, but you hear the dub and you're like, I see through you. Because like I remembered Bulma saying that, but I'd forgotten that the dub wiped it out. Because like I made it fucking.
I have Oolong say the Viz translation is Oolong saying, "You fickle wench."
Also, speaking of Oolong, incredibly funny to me that we have like, you know, when people think Dragon Ball, they're thinking like Super Saiyan, they're thinking all the fights and all this shit, like all the, you know, like the teleport sound, the punches, the beam struggles, all this crazy shit. When I'm thinking Dragon Ball, I'm thinking Bulma going swee, 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 and then a bunch of like farting blart splat panel like noise sound effects. There's so many. There's just like blarp. Like Oolong was fucking shitting.
Yeah.
Toriyama knew what's up, man.
Yeah.
Like,
it's true. The other thing that like is so present that like happens here with the fighting that goes away eventually is the fucking sadism of these fights.
Oh yeah.
Like the way the violence is. Like Goku gets so fucked up in these fights, like in a way that he does it.
Yamcha gets his leg broken. That's still, you know what? That didn't feel as rough in the manga as it did in the anime. In the anime, it was fucking brutal.
It's so funny, like growing up with Z and like thinking like, oh, Tien and Yamcha, they're like the same level, right? Like maybe Tien's better, but they're like, you know, they're just squad members. It's all the same. And then seeing like how much more of a real thing Tien is, and just compared to Yamcha, who just gets his fucking leg broken. It's like, yeah, they had a fight. Tien broke his leg.
Fucking brutal.
Like Yamcha had a better showing against God. And in there, he fucking hit his fucking balls against God's head.
I was like trying to. It was very funny when Shen appears, because I'm like, I know you're not Roshi. Who the fuck are you again? Like I was struggling. I'm like, I know that you're not like a dude, but I fucking forget. I did figure it out before we got our hints.
Yeah.
I remembered, but I'm like, Jesus, who are you? I know you're baiting to look like Roshi. Yeah.
That same hairstyle.
That shit's so good. Man, fucking Goku takes his shirt off. He takes his armbands.
Yeah. The way like Tien is like not a fucking anywhere near close to
Man,
Goku's match
him
anymore.
Goku like pointing out though, he's like, you got 2 weaknesses. Everyone's like, I don't even see one. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Then just
Goku fucking
Yeah,
pantses
fucking
him
belt.
and is like,
Tien's
do you want
like,
this back?
uh-oh.
Because, like, you think about it, like, even before the time skip, Goku was way stronger than Tien by the end of fucking the Demon King Piccolo arc. So he has to be like he's just like unreal above him.
I think because the anime just you're spending more time and you're like seeing more of the stuff, and you have maybe even slightly more time to like forget exact details, but it is very funny that you go from the state of Goku versus like any of the squad at the end of Dragon Ball, and then skip forward to like, I don't know, even like when Raditz shows up, and I'm like, what are you guys fucking doing here? It's like you're already outclassed, and there's someone who outclasses Goku. It's like, why are you here? I like it though. I mean, I like it that they're there.
Yeah.
There's a, I forget where it even shows up. There's a shot of Piccolo, and he's doing like his, if I say like his wide stance with his arms out, right? Like in front of an explode. There's a shot of that, but it's like a different thing. Like he's not a hype man yet, but I've seen that stance when he's like being the hype man. So it was very funny to me that it's like, oh no, he's scared here. I love that fucking shot so much. It's so good.
There's a shot here that is actually, I actually like it better in the anime, because in the manga you only see him from the back. It's when he's like reveals himself as Piccolo to the crowd, and like he puts his arms out, and
sure,
in the manga it's only a shot from his back.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Tell the whole world, the moment Son Goku stops breathing, I become your king once more. Lord Piccolo's reign will be restored. That giraffe is freaking out.
The crowds are so good.
God, I love the crowds.
I love the announcer. When the crowd fucking bails and the announcer hops behind the wall, and Balmar Oolong, whoever, is like, what a professional.
He's gonna keep going. He's committed. So fucking good. God, I love
his hype.
Everyone comes
like
back.
The best
in the Boo
thing.
saga.
Like it's the perfect. Yeah.
He knows.
Like,
he watched Dragon Ball.
He's so in sync.
He knows
with, like,
who they are.
The viewer's mind at that point that it's incredible.
It's like, oh my god,
the fact that
there
just
is
knows,
someone
like,
in the
he's
world
not,
who fucking knows.
He sees through all the bullshit. He's like, I know it's these guys. Like, let's fucking go. Oh. Sick shit always happens when you guys show up. Man, Dragon Ball is great.
It's so good. Fucking Goku gets God's like, you gotta become the new God, man. There's nobody else can do it. And Goku's like, nah, peace. And that little panel of like, no, this isn't the end. There's more.
See, it's very funny. It's
Bye,
very
everybody.
funny.
See
I
you
didn't
someday.
it didn't click until I was reading this that Space Dandy kind of does like the same fucking thing, but they end it. He does the bit, and that's like the end. And then I see this. I'm
Sure.
like, oh, you can keep going though. Like it's fun. It's kind of funnier if it's just like
Yeah.
he keeps going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
man.
if he did that and then kept getting stronger?
There's so many fucking times. It's so funny in hindsight whenever there's a panel of like, you have to give it your all from the start. I'm like, he won't. He's not fucking gonna. He's not fucking gonna. Or like,
There's no way.
King Kai being like, I forget exactly what he says, but something about like he's the strongest. Like the Frieza's defeated, Goku's the strongest one in the universe. I'm like, yeah, the strongest one that you fucking told us about, because all of you assholes just forget about like every stronger person.
I mean, a lot of those cases of them forgetting about some stronger person are
even
filler
like
movies or whatever.
nobody like they. I mean, I guess it's just a case of not like you could argue according to the texts that they don't forget. They just don't mention, like they don't need to bring up like Boo ever.
Yeah, I don't
Did he
think
not?
King Kai
I
knew
forget who
about
knows
Boo.
about what. I'm not there yet.
No, like, cause, the Supreme Kai knew, but
Yeah,
like he's like a whole level up. Technically, he's 2 levels up, because weirdly, the filler Kai that's in between them is like canonical as being real, even though he's only in filler and not in Kai. The Grand Kai, but he's like a joke. He's like, he like promises to train Goku, and then he's like, Goku is already way stronger than him. So he's like just trying to get out of it. But yeah, but I have one final thing I want to do before we end this podcast. What are, from this part of the manga, what are your
five fights?
top 5 fights? Yeah.
I think I mean the first it's easier for me to work down, I guess. Cuz for me the tie, not a tie, but like trying to decide between the top 1 and 2, it has to be either Piccolo Jr. or King Piccolo. And the defining moments are like,
Okay.
taking off, like having that sequence, not that it's part of the Piccolo Jr. fight necessarily, but like the fact that we see Goku taking his shit off. It's like such a part. I can't separate it from that fight, even though it's not technically part of it. But just like the build up to that is so fucking good, and it just hits perfectly. And I think the build up to the King Piccolo fight it doesn't hit quite the same, but the fight for me maybe hits harder. So it's like, what am I valuing more? Because like him fucking going through King Piccolo is like incredible. Like you can't fucking, I don't know. So
it's the hardest fucking thing.
I guess in the moment right now, this will probably change like in 20 hours or whatever. But in the moment, I think I would put the King Piccolo fight slightly above, and then Piccolo Jr. fight in second place. I guess the one that's leaping out to me as a third place is the fortune teller Baba fights when Goku shows up. just because like that's such a
Sure.
good instance of is it? I don't think it's our first instance, but it's a really good example of like everybody's struggling and then Goku shows up and it's like, oh, this is easy. This is fucking nothing. And I guess it's a little bit cheaty because like I don't know, you get the two like fights that are nothing to him, but then you get the fight with his grandpa. I just love that one a lot. Like I just really like it.
That fight's and that's like, oh, a Dragon Ball fight can be fucking emotional
Like that.
too. Wait, what? Like it just has. It's like the one time we're like, oh my god, it's just like a whole extra dimension to compared to anything else.
And it's just
of him
very
getting to see his grandpa
it's just
again.
good in every way. It's wholesome. It's a good fight. You get the bit of him like kicking the ass of Dracula and whatever, not Dracula, just the who the fuck Devilman, yeah.
Devilman,
it's good.
with his beam
Dude,
that kills you if you have any evil in your heart.
It's such a good bit.
One of the all-time what if scenarios in Dragon Ball video games is in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. There's a scenario where you play as Devilman to fight Frieza and King Cold as they arrive on Earth, and the only move you have that does any damage is the Devil Beam.
That's so good.
Is the evil destruction wave? Or
Yeah, that one's up there. I think I would say like a little bonus. I wouldn't put it in the top fights. Well, maybe I can put it. It could appear in the top fights someday. I don't know if it is now. I really like it that same in the that set of fights when Oolong and Puar team up. Like it's such a it feels like there's so few examples of like weaker people getting to beat a stronger person because they just do silly shit.
Uh-huh.
And that's just, I mean, I like Puar a lot.
You're not wrong.
So it's just very fun.
Hell yeah.
I think my fourth place would be the Goku versus Jackie Chun. Off the cuff. Because I just really like. Yeah, I mean I could see.
I think that's my number one. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the Piccolo fights are obviously up there, as like my 2 and 3, but partly that's the anime, like that the song that plays in the anime is what puts it over the top.
I missed the song
for
the
me.
First time around.
I would say.
I don't think I had the. I think I was listening to like the dub, the pure dub option instead of like the one with the songs reinserted.
Yeah,
if I recall correctly, because I remember you showing it to me, and I was like, this wasn't in mine.
Yeah.
So on the,
it's so fucking, and like it wasn't there. Like I loved that fight the first time I saw it, and I didn't have that song, but like over time, that song. They also replay that song for when Goku and Krillin have their fight, like the next year tournament, and that makes that fight so much more hype too than it would be normally. Really,
I just I like the.
But yeah. But again, like I mean, the way it the thing that like sends me on that fight compared to the rest of Dragon Ball is they say like the line where it's been like 4 hours since this fight started, and like there's so many fights in Dragon Ball. It's like you feel like it's been going on forever. It's like it's been 5 minutes. Like the whole Tournament of Power is 45 minutes.
That cut.
And the thought that Goku versus Jackie Chun is over 4 hours of them just fucking
Yeah.
punching each other. Oh my
See,
god. And also, I like thematically, I love that the story is Jackie Chan, Master Roshi has to beat
Yeah.
Goku, so Goku won't like get too full of himself.
That's
and will
what I
still
was
like
gonna
be
say.
be
It's such a
trying to get
huge
better.
thing. And
Yeah. And I love the way Dragon Ball keeps carrying that forward. Like Beerus like inventing fucking
yeah,
I forget his name. But like saying that Goku was like
Yeah.
the second most interesting fight
wearing
he
the
ever had or
fucking
whatever.
costume.
That whole bit, like that's
Your
so
energy
good.
feels like Beerus's.
Yes. Wearing the costume is unreal. That fight is so good.
Yeah.
Where Beerus is getting too like into it.
No, it's a solid. This is a fucking problem. There's so many good fights. Also, like
It's true. It's true.
I see. Like
Number
I think
15 tree
I
stump,
wanna-
man.
there's so many fun fights, and I feel like I gotta throw one on, and the one that I'm leaping to, honestly, I'm gonna give it Goku versus Car. Not the Kamehameha, but like the when Bulma shows up. Because it's such a
Hell yeah.
for how it I had only ever known about Dragon Ball Z, like functionally speaking. I knew there was Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, it's all the same. And just that's it happened so early, and it's so earnest, and it's like the perfect fucking starter for like letting you know every fucking thing that happens from that point on. Like that's the tone. He thinks the car is a monster. He gets fucking he wrecks the car as a child, and then he gets shot and like is just like fucking ow. Like it's everything. That's like for me, I think that is like that's like the series like condensed. Like that's a micronism of fucking everything. And as soon as I saw that in the anime, and even like reading it now, I'm like, this is gonna be good. this is gonna be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Bulma
blam,
fucking
blam.
shooting him in the head, and it's
as soon as I saw
ow,
that, I was like,
that's-
this is sick.
oh my god.
Like him beating the fish is really cool. Him chopping the stump is like super fun and endearing and everything. But like when he gets barrel stuffed, it doesn't do anything. I'm like, this is really good. And it's just that I mean that opening bit just is locked in there. And there's so many other like good things. Like the Goku versus Krillin is so good. Fucking Krillin versus Piccolo. Like just being like I'm good.
Krillin versus Piccolo. For a fight that's like barely a fight, like Piccolo was not really threatened in that fight. But
Yeah,
Krillin
man.
is so fucking cool there. I just love Krillin.
Yeah.
That fight is just like, I love Krillin. He fucking the reveal that he knows how to fly. Like before we've even seen that Goku knows how to fly. Because they're saving that one for that very end. And like that huge Kamehameha blast, and then Piccolo being like, maybe this one would be as easy as I thought. Like, fuck. The fact that he knows just to fucking give up, he's like, well,
Yeah, and just like
I did my best.
just the way he goes out, like it's for the being a character who is like, we can't do it, like there's no way, like him just showing that level of confidence and like growth to be like, nah, I'm good, you got me.
Yeah.
And not like in a like kind of crybaby way like he sometimes is prior to that. It's just so nice to see.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love that fight too.
No, there's a lot of good fights.
Krillin versus
God, I mean, yeah.
Bacterian. Farts in his face.
God.
He doesn't have a nose.
I mean, someday we'll do the Dragon Ball fight ranking episode. We'll sit here for 12 hours and
okay,
figure it out.
hell yeah.
To reiterate, all of those rankings are soft. It's gonna fucking change next time we talk about it. Every time we bring it up, I'll be like 5 different fights.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's Dragon Ball's
God,
incredible.
I love Dragon Ball. SaltCirclePod, gmail.com, SaltCirclePod on Twitter, anchor.fm/SaltCircle, SaltCirclePod, at
Jesus.
whatever, Bluesky, at saltcirclepod.bsky.social. I'm on Bluesky at comicpanels.bluesky.social. And I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Peace.